Hi everybody, Tom here, Inspired Runner on Instagram, where I tend to hang out most of the time. I posted a couple of videos recently on YouTube about my marathon progress, my journey so far, and it is so far. I started out, if you've seen those videos, I started out with a 5:45 marathon, a shocking, awful, horrendous marathon, 7 years after giving up smoking and being a really severe asthmatic. Over the years I've got that 5:45 down to 3:28 over the course of about 12 years and 12 marathons, with a few other bits and pieces along the way. But I just thought I'd do a quick update really. I'm 3 weeks, just less than 3 weeks out from a solo marathon I'm doing. It should have been Valencia Marathon, but obviously it was cancelled because of the COVID situation. So my training was going so well that I'm carrying on anyway, and I'm doing a marathon on my own. So we're just less than 3 weeks out from that. Training has been going really fantastically well. So I just thought I'd give you a very quick update as to last week's key sessions and what I'm doing this week. So last week had 3 key sessions, 54 miles in total for the week, but key sessions on Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. So obviously the long run was the long run on Sunday, but Tuesday and Thursday I had, first of all, a threshold session. So that was 10 miles in total with a 10-minute, a 5-minute and a 10-minute block at threshold pace, which for me is 6:49 minute miling. All these paces are worked out off a half marathon I did about 6 weeks ago, which I did at bang on 7-minute miling. So my threshold pace is 6:49. So I had 3 blocks of threshold pace, 10, 5 and 10 minutes. I'll put the splits up for all these sessions, but that went really well. So that was the Tuesday session, and then the Thursday was 4 blocks of 16 minutes at my top end of my marathon target pace. So I've got a rough idea of my target pace, give or take a few seconds, but this was 4 by 16 minutes at that pace with 3-minute sort of fast jog recoveries. Total it came to 12 or 13 miles I think, the whole session, with an hour, just over an hour at target marathon pace. And again, nailed the session, really pleased with how it went. Hit all the paces all the way through and surprisingly felt really comfortable. And then the Sunday run was the third of my biggest runs. So it was 22 miles, 6 miles warm up, 7 miles target marathon pace, or give or take a few seconds, 1 mile recovery, and then 5 miles again at target marathon pace into a 3 mile cool down. So it was a really big, tough run. I think probably my toughest ever training run, to be honest. I had one false start in that I went out first thing in the morning. It was a torrential rain, dark, wet, windy, horrible, and my mind wasn't really in the right place for it. I set out all my bottles. I had a 4-lap 5.5 mile course, so I set my bottles and gels out. I got soaked to the skin setting those out. I didn't feel awake enough or positive enough or in the right sort of mentally frame of mind, so I packed up, went home, went back to bed for a couple of hours and went out in the afternoon. And in the afternoon the wind eased off a little bit, the sun came out, it was gorgeous, and mentally I felt in the right place and absolutely smashed it. Hit all the paces all the way through, felt really positive, felt strong, felt like I could have carried on, and a real confidence boosting run, which you need at this stage of marathon training. I'm 3 weeks out from the marathon. I've got a lot of miles accumulated, 45 to 55 miles a week for the past 5 months or so, really building up the miles heavily, lots of fatigue in my legs. And so big runs like that are really quite nervous, because you're trying to do 12 miles of it at marathon pace, at the pace you want to do 26 miles at in 3 weeks time. So it was a nervy run, but I'm so pleased to get out the other end of it. So that was last week. So the Sunday run meant that Monday was a recovery day, as it has been every week. Tuesday, 4 miles easy. Wednesday, yesterday, was just a 10 mile steady run, which I tried to pick up a few hills in just to keep the leg strength building. 10-mile steady run, and then today is a 2-mile warm-up, which I've just finished. Then I've got a 10-minute block at threshold pace, so 6:49, 2 or 3 minutes recovery, and then 4 lots of 3 minutes at 5k pace, which is 6:33-ish. That's roughly my 5k pace at the moment. I haven't tested it for a while, but I'm somewhere there. And then another couple of minutes recovery into 4 by 1 minute max effort, really. So hopefully getting towards 6-minute miling, 6:10 miling, something like that. And then into a cool down. So that's today's session. Friday, tomorrow will be a rest day, recovery day. And then this weekend I've got 6 miles on the Saturday, just steady miles. And Sunday is a 17 miler. So that's my shortest Sunday run in a good 6 weeks, I'd think. I'm looking forward to it. Half of it is at marathon pace, so it's gonna be a tough one. So obviously I'm starting my taper. I'm 3 weeks away, just less than 3 weeks away. So I'm starting the taper, but keeping up the intensity. So lots of marathon pace and, like today, threshold pace and stuff. So that's the plan for now. I'm gonna crack on and do that. But if you've watched my previous videos, thank you. If you got to the end of this one, also a big thank you. Please subscribe. I started out as a 5:45 marathon runner, and I want to get sub 3. I'm 50 next year, and my target is to get closer to 3 than 3:30 by the time I'm 50. So I've got a proper marathon booked for April. All going well. That should be going ahead. Follow the journey. Ping me some comments, some ideas, some advice. It's all very, very welcome. And thank you very much for watching. Cheers. See you later.